Hello, 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 and welcome to Starting the Day the Right Way, 5-minute devotion for March 28th, 2021. All right, so we had a little gathering and some fellowship of some good friends at church, and it came to an end, like all good things do. And my little guy wanted to be the last one to leave, but we had to get him home, right? So he was hanging out across the parking lot, and I called his name. Hey, buddy, come on, we got to go. All right, I'll be right there, right there. And after doing this for a couple of minutes, I decided to go across the parking lot, pick him up, and then run with him across the parking lot. I wasn't quite sure how that was going to go over, but he was laughing the whole way. And so I got him in the car, and then he tried to scoot out the other doorway. So needless to say, my wife was on the other side to prevent that from happening. And eventually we all got ready to go. But this immediately brought to my mind this verse in Genesis. All right. And it comes from the New International Version, chapter 19, a very well-known version, an event. All right. This was right before Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. Picking up in verse 15, it says, with the coming of the dawn, the angels urge Lot, saying, hurry, take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here, or they will be swept away when the city is punished. When Lot hesitated, the men grasped his hand, the angels, and the hands of his wife and his 2 daughters, and led them safely out of the city, for the Lord was merciful to them. As soon as they had brought them out, one of them said, flee for your lives, don't look back, don't stop anywhere in the plain, flee to the mountains, or you will be swept away. All right, now I see a couple of things here in this verse, all right? The most obvious was that God had decided that he was going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, and we're not going to get into that in this message, but he was merciful to Lot and his family, so much so that even though Lot knew what was coming, for whatever reason, he was still kind of attached and didn't want 100%. He wasn't going, right? He wasn't fleeing immediately. So the angels actually had to grab his hand and start running, right? When me and my wife knew it was time to go home, I had to pick up my son and put him over my shoulders and start running towards the car, right? Not the same situations. Obviously, there was no destruction coming from my son, but for Lot and his family, there was destruction. For whatever reason, his heart was still tied to that city. There was still something keeping him there. And so the angels had to usher him out quickly, right? So first question, what has a hold of your heart that's keeping you from fully giving your life to Christ, right? I constantly have to, on a daily basis, Lord, is there anything that is keeping me from you, right? And there are mornings where he reveals to me, yeah, I want to get rid of this thing or that thing. I'm like, oh, and sometimes I don't even know it's there, right? But we have to be willing to submit ourselves to God for him to point it out and shine a light in that area that we may not even know, right? And then if you do know it, then you gotta deal with it and take care of things. Now, the other aspect that I see about this is not only are we to flee from our sin, but we are probably more to flee towards God in every circumstance in our life, right? Is God the first thing that we go to? Is God the first person that we're inquiring when situations arise? Is God the first person that we ask about things before we go forth with a big plan in our life, right? I don't know about you, but for me, I want the creator of the universe behind me and with me and in agreement with me that I'm doing the right thing, right? So I need to go to him first and inquire of these things. And if he's not in agreement, then why would I want to do it? Right? So those are the 2 things that I see from these verses. All right. We got to flee from the things that are keeping us from 100% relationship with God. And then we just got to flee to him when we're making decisions in our lives. Right. Dig into these verses, see what it says to you. All right. God bless. We'll be back tomorrow.